Guys, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, especially if you love MMA as much as I do. So a lot of people are saying now that Adesanya has overcome adversity in the middleweight division and won his title back the way he did it against a guy he could never beat in kickboxing and a guy that just beat him in MMA. They're saying he's the greatest middleweight of all time because he's overcome the adversity. Here's the thing, though. I don't think he's better than Anderson Silva. Not prime Anderson Silva. Yeah, I know he beat Anderson in 2019, but Anderson's time in MMA has been pretty much done since the leg injury he had with Weidman. Let's be honest, I mean, he did have some fight left in him. He did win another fight since then, but his best years were behind him. When Izzy got a hold of him, he still had fight left, but again, he wasn't at his best. I mean, not to say Izzy couldn't beat him in his prime, but it'd be a lot harder because nobody could, So I look at it from start to finish and how your reign starts and where it ends. Izzy was nowhere near as dominant as Anderson Silva in his prime. Best Anderson versus best Adesanya. Here's the thing. Izzy had already lost this champion when he went to light heavyweight. Anderson never got a title fight at light heavyweight because he wanted to fight GSP, but he could have fought for the light heavyweight title. Who was champion at the time? Shogun, Machida, there were so many, so big name. Shout out to all those guys. But Anderson could have easily beat any of them. Heck, he was coaching, or at least having to do with two of them at some point, Shogun and Machida. He could have beat those guys. He could have beat Anderson too, probably. I mean, Rashad Evans too. But no. Here's the thing. He had already lost at light heavyweight to Blachowicz. Do you think Anderson would have lost to him? Prime Anderson? No. He would have took the fight more seriously. And I think he would have knocked out Blachowicz probably. He wouldn't have let Blachowicz grab him like that. So with that being said, no. I don't think Adesanya, and let's not forget he lost to Pereira. Anderson would have beat that dude in his prime because Anderson can also grapple and he can use his jiu-jitsu. And let's talk about overall skill set. Adesanya is an elite kickboxer and has proven to be good off his back when he needs to with guys like Vettori who can beat guys with wrestling. Anderson would have submitted him if he was on the ground, like he did with Chael Sonnen and other fights he's had with triangle chokes, rear naked chokes, and all this other stuff, like Dan Henderson. Dan Henderson probably would have beat Adesanya in that position if Dan Henderson was at his prime. I just think if you take Adesanya even right now at his best, he would have lost to some of those guys that Anderson beat, like Sonnen, Henderson, Luder, even Luder, because he's good with jiu-jitsu. So that's just my opinion. If he didn't lose to them, he would have been more likely to lose than Anderson. And Anderson beat all these guys. I'm not even talking about the guys that can strike. I'm talking about the guys that with jiu-jitsu that have a wrestling background. So with that said, I don't think Israel Adesanya will ever surpass Anderson Silva. And again, when he beat Anderson, his career in MMA-wise was pretty much over because, he boxes too. He does a really good job with that. But I just know. And the thing is, Anderson dominated more. Even if Adesanya goes on to have more title defenses, he's not going to beat 6-7 years like Anderson, That's just what it is. So no, Adesanya's not the best middleweight of all time. He's never going to be.